Good evening. Sage here with more Pills of Eternity. Being here in Kawanua, however you want to say it. Um, Distant relative. I'm not letting that guy go. Right here. After what he pulled in Clients Bay, hell no. To sell to the F now. So, what does Homeboy want? What do they call themselves? The dozens. Was 12 dear wooden stood outside Talgate Citadel waiting for Wadewind to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him there long enough for the Godhammer to detonate, so that's what they did. Godhammer? That's what they called the bomb that blew up Whedon with. Don't know much other than that. What do you have against dozens? Nothing serious, and nothing I don't have against a lot of books anyway. The dozens, they like to take things in their own hands. Gets ugly sometimes. We don't have them in Gilded Vale, but they'd be right at home there. They'd pick the name so they could do what they wanted and feel like it was right. Got nothing to do with honor or sacrifice. They like to invoke modern too when they especially want to feel right. Somehow I don't think she's too impressed with that lot. Odd. I'm sure that she'd like to set them on fire anytime they use her name, but the gods probably got rules against that kind of thing. There must be plenty of other groups that are better reflections of the figures that inspire them. Sure, I just can't think of it off the top of my head. I shouldn't say that. There's a group of Aethasians, the night market, they still do right by their god. Help get a lot of good people to safety during the purges. They're easy to forget about, though, because they don't have to work in Syria. You could thank people like the dozens for that, too. Let's move on. Good idea. Now, I have a little bit of coal left. I've hired some thugs, or mercenaries. Barbican's getting built. What do I want after that? The Bailey. Bailey is what I want. So, Defiance Bay. I've got to get it. I've got to get that down. Really? I have to get that done because I'm just not ready for other areas yet. Ah, good for you. See what else is in the local market. Copper Lane being that I haven't won anyway. He can do that all right. Um, I never did look to see if there's any upstairs stuff here. She's not here. Brad farts, but Brad furls. I'm not reading every one of those things, man. I'm not. Merchant. There is this one right here. I was wondering about that. E. Let's see if he's got anything. Well, that's kind of interesting. Who has got mechanics? Uh, 3, 1, 1. Ooh. Wow. Somebody's at the door. Quick timeout. All right. Now that's out of my hair. Okay, homeboy. Let's see what you got, because apparently it's you. Really? Seriously? No, I'm not doing that. Sure. All right, that's everybody then. Well, I wasn't sure about it upstairs, but now I know. What is this? The Great and the Fox or the Hound and the Fox or something? Got the name of it. Goose and the Fox. What an odd name. So I've been there. Uh, okay, I know what. Also go to the dozens, see what they have. The market's closed at 9, of course. Maybe not. I might want to buy some stuff too, though, when I'm around here. Um, I already have that. Campfire supplies. That's kind of close. Really? I need the pry bar. I'll fix. I'll take it for now. Anything to sell, maybe? No, okay. Uh, what's so special about Solnid? She operates an expedition hall, sells the best equipment in the city, but when keeps her on a short lease. Keeps her fine inventory reserved for harder expeditions. Members of the dozens and anything else he has liking. He takes a liking to. Ugh. Oh man. Eh? A well-groomed man stepped through the hall with a confident swagger, a smug grin etched on his face. He's flanked by five other hard-looking individuals. Another pup comes wandering in. I see. Just know that Bond's giant slayers run things around here, and you'll be fine. Never heard him. You have now. Stick around to find Spade, and you'll. Well, again, plenty of bounties to go around, but there's reason the giant players get the lion's share. Remember that. Even though Jabberbond, fine. You gotta do the job or talk about it. When it's right, the coin ain't going to be clutch itself. See you around, pup. Oh. God, really? Looking for work. Tell me about dozens. Good men and women trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before. We're a loose association of warriors and expeditionaries in the Druid. Not as fancy as Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we have numbers. We remember our roots. At least to remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like them, he means. Thanks for the information. What else do you need? Tell me about dozens. Just dead. Your roots? The Crucible Knights take pride in having won the Druid's freedom 150 years ago, but we're the ones who protected it. Everyone knows that Saints War ended with the Jawed Hammer destroyed. Wade at Avon Dewar Bridge. A lot of folks don't know how Wade wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women. They walked out of Hallgate Citadel and faced down at God, held there till the bomb went off. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matched armor and silken cloaks to remember our roles. We're the same now as we were then. We stand up for the people. First line of defense, whatever it takes. We got new enemies now. It's not Wadewind, it's the goddamn legacy. Damn legacy. It's the damn soul butchers and Brackenberry making things worse and all. It's probably causing the whole thing one way or another. Well, we haven't gone anywhere, and there's a lot more than 12 of us now. We just been over Deerwood once, and we will do it again. I'm looking for work. Although I do have something I need done, something that requires competence. What do you mean done? Doesn't sound like leaving the Crucible Knights was your choice. When one walks among the powerful, one must always watch where one steps. What's the armor? I'll see what I can do. I got word from a reliable source that Pinhelm visited Fortran. Monsters skipped right after having the soul lineage read by a cipher in Dinward Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life when you're there, well, drinks on me. Having his soul lineage read? Uh, something about the Expedition Hall. Treasure hunting, plain and simple. Sponsors put up money. Hire adventurers explore the wilds looking for ruins mostly. If they come back alive, they split the spoils. If not, it's just because they handle their weapon like this lot in front of me, who might as well be digging their own graves right now. Alright, farewell. We have. I haven't seen you before. You're headed with an expedition company, or are you betting on one? How long have you worked at Adamus Den? Over years, I got in the minute the last merger cleared out. They've got new expeditions venturing out every week, so this is a great place to do business. And the dozens make loyal friends and loyal customers so long as you stick by them. The vendor who was here before me, they ran him out where he sold his best helms to a pair of crucible knights. I'll be careful not to make the same mistake. Can I buy something? I'm afraid not. See, the dozens only do business with me as long as I only do business with them, and they're good customers. But if you got on Osric's good side, he could make an exception for you. He's probably training right some of the recruits right now. Hmm. All right. You can see where this is going tit for tat, right? Going to these places, you never know what you're going to run into. My whale's eyeless face, you're one short ogre. Why are you green, and how are you getting the duck to keep flying around in here like that? Let me guess, you smoked a lot of white leaf, or did you get your hand on some snowcap? Snowcap, so people know snowcap, much less ogres. You're a scrivener? Yes, I'm a scrivener. I read books. I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it looked like sweet pie. Or perhaps a sweet pie baked to look like a book. Interesting. Oh, I'm also a collector of herbs. Flowers, plants. I sell them mostly. I eat them. Tell me about dormitory. It's for the scriveners who work at the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Sleep. I'm a scrivener. This place smells like old stockings. Okay, then. You again, how can I help? Never mind. Wrong place, sorry. Catacombs. Might do that last. Hmm. Oh, that's right. I got to see him about something too. The only embassy I've been there. Uh, looking for news? Who are you? I'm a page here at the place. I'm a page here at the palace. I had deliver messages and run errands for the Duke and his advisors. The pay's not great, but I can't think of a better description of politics. Wait a minute. Praise be to Margaret and welcome to her temple. You may how may I be of service? You seem upset. What's wrong? This is about the fire, isn't it? They're just symbols. You can't put faith in them. Let's just slow down. Tell me what it's about. The sacred pyres all around town. You must have seen the statues of the goddesses around the city holding inspirations. I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now. People need to see them more than ever. What does that mean? It's my devotion and prayers that keep them lit, but lately when I try to pray, all I can think about are the Hallborn all over the city and grieving families, refugees. How can Markham allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from a soulless child? What strength do we gain from adversity, from trial and test? The fires don't wither because she lacks faith. They wither because she does not understand how to be a faithful as to a whore. A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services, and Markham is paid in pleasure and sweat, struggle and pain. This mewling imbecile is unworthy of Margram's womanly heat. And this is shaking your faith? But I believe Margaret may be speaking to me again. Lately, I've been seeing visions of places in the wilderness with pools filled with sunbursts of color. Strange balls that seem to be rising to the heavens in wild splashes of earth. And behind the balls of the cave filled with fire and heat and danger, is some token of my goddess. I know there's something there, but where it is or how I'd get there, I've been meaning to ask around at the expedition hall to see if anyone else recognizes the description. Be honest though, I don't know what I'd do even if I found the place. Worthless like so many Mogren's flock, afraid of a god's test. If Mogren speaks to her, it would be hasten an end to her hypocrite's life, and this vision is surely a death trap for the weak. What's the significance of the sacred pyres? They symbolize Mogren's power and guidance. Right now, the people of Defiance Bay need to be sure of her presence. Our neighbors in the Valiant Republic see us as superstitious, but we've just sensitive to signs and warning of the gods. Something I'd like to know more about the temple here. Mogren is the most revered goddess among the Deerwoodens, so it's no surprise that her temple is part of the ducal palace. Our fires symbolize trials, revolutions, and the blazing of new paths, all of which are important to us. This is the first of sacred pyres. And this is so are the rest of the city. Hmm. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Just looking around. Thanks for coming, Zymer. I've been trying to track you down for some time. This is Marshal Forwood, Earl Bateman's military advisor. He will serve as witness for this proceeding. Well met, Road Warden. Reputation precedes you. I admit you created a bit of stir throughout the nobility with your reclamation of Kaanoa. Most are still not sure what to think of you. What's this about? The legitimacy of your claim to Kaanoa is in question. Earl Bateman has issued a ruling on this matter. I trust the Earl to make a fair judgment. Your cooperation is duly noted and much appreciated. All we made clear once Lord Gathbin arrives. Do you have any questions for me while we wait? Tell me about Earl Badamar. Earl Badamar comes from around the esteemed line of lords that rose to prominence after the Wars of Defiance 150 years ago. The Deerwood consists of 7 earldoms. Beldamar's govern the northern earldom known as the Grasp. And to the current Badamar, he's a fine man as I know it. It is an honor to serve him. Learn more about the Grasp. The Grasp is now the largest of 7 earldoms after it's consumed the pre-war. After it consumed the pre-war earldom of Yenwood, it compensates notable settlements such as New Helmore, Garen's Gasp, Gilded Vale, and of course Kaanoa. Yenwood. When the Druid was a mere colony of Edinburgh, it was divided into 9 earldoms. When the Adherents were defeated and ultimately driven out, 2 of the earldoms were absorbed and borders were adjusted. The Yenwood was one such. What do you know of Gaffin? Well, I met him but once. It was ample time to determine the character of Lord Algebra Cathman, or lack thereof. He is descended from an old Adherent line that predates the War Defiance. His great grandfather, Ranning Gathman, was the Earl of Yenwood during the war. That is until he stripped his lands driven from the Deerwood. Do you know which way Earl Brennan has ruled? I'm sorry, no, not. The Earl's decree is sealed. What was that about Road Warden? The one who rules Kaanoa on behalf of the Earl of Yenwood is traditionally known as the Road Warden. Your position might not be entirely official yet, but the title is an appropriate form of address. In fact, that blade you carry is forged by the very first Road Warden. I've heard that the whispers of Yenwood is only ever found by those who meant to rule Kaanoa. That's interesting. I found that there too. Your timing is impeccable. Here comes Lord Gafton now. An opulently dressed man strides toward the chancellor, his sandy brown hair trailing him like a banner caught in a light breeze. Boat heels echoing throughout the hall. An old woman with cropped hair dressed in dark, glinting mail shadows taking a measure. Let's move this formality as quick as possible. I have other matters to attend to. It's well known that Kaanoa belongs to me by right. And where is this pretender? Show me the pool of things to steal my land, and where is this low-born wretch? This man here is the Lord of Kaanoa. I thought he was just another servant, perhaps a valet or porter. Everyone who owns their keep, raise your hand. Go on. Don't be shy. Imbecile, I hope you enjoy your time squatting my land. Provoke me further, and I'll hang you from the highest wall of Cape Noah when our business is finished. Chancellor, read the Earl's decree. Water this, if you know what I mean. Breaks the seal. It's on the scroll and unfurls it. Regarding the matter of Gathman claim on Cape Noah, Earl Bodemar finds that the Gathman claim was never relinquished by law. Cape Noah is the rightful property of the Gathman family. I knew it. I'm not yet finished reading, my lord. However, the Earl recognizes Zymer's part in reclaiming Cape Noah. I cite the stood abandoned, and even some would say curse, for over a century. Before Cape Noah is returned to the Gathman family, the Earl has decreed that Lord Gathman will provide compensation in the form of... Absolutely not, my lord. The amount is quite reasonable and a requirement of your land to return to if you allow me to finish. I'll not pay a single copper to this miscreant from my ancestral land. Do you think I'm blind to the Earl's motives, lackey? He thinks he can send a message with this insult. I have a message you can send that son of a whore. I'll do nothing. I'll let it. Let him. My lord, I suggest you calm yourself immediately. Oh, the elven woman's getting a little antsy there. My lords, please, there's no need for violence. I'll be coming for what's mine. Count on it. Come, Captain Emery. We're leaving. So she's just a guard for hire. Oh, my nose. Well, I can't say that Gathman's reaction was entirely unexpected. Though no fault of your own, I'm afraid you've made a powerful enemy. I've dealt with much worse. I hope you're right. In any case, Cape Noah now officially belongs to you since Lord Gathman has rejected the Earl's decree. Here, this belongs to one of the old lords of Cape Noah by rights to yours. That's an interesting decision. It's a token of friendship. I don't think he's gonna be friends. Being benevolent like that gives 1,000 copper to hire more mercenaries if he's wanting to drive him into the land. At least extend an invitation to Lord Gathman to peace with me and with the halls of Cato, where there's no need for us to be enemies. That's a generous option. I'll make it sure it reaches Lord Gathman. It was a pleasure to finally meet you, my lord. Perhaps we speak again under more pleasant circumstances. Very well, Zymer. I'll see what was in inventory. Uh, um, this is a fine rod or scepter. Let's craft, see what we've got. Anything. Uh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's what I thought right there. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Now balance that out. Why not? Why not give her that? Oh, wait a minute. It's a soulbound weapon. You have to bind that? Sorry, allergies are here. That raises a question I completely forgot about, man. Um, let's see if we can't enchant her sword here. Ooh, really? Eh. This is a melee weapon. It's two-handed. I'll wait on that crap now. Well, hold on a minute. I'm not going to know unless I bind it. Try that for a little while. All right, 150 is not bad. Every day we get more from the hinterlands. According to Defiance Bay, it keeps us busy on the Washingtons. You look like you recently arrived yourself. Who are you? A soldier of the Crucible Knights, and proud of it. I'll help keep everything running and keep so that Commander Clyra can focus on more important matters. Looking for something? What goes on at Crucible Keep? This is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store arms and armor as well as where many of the soldiers bunk. Commander Clyra's in the back making plans as usual. You'll find the porch at the west end of the building, along with the Master Smith Dunstan. There's also a shrine to the Golem, if you're the praying type. Come at the Crucible Knights. We're the defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Clyra I said that. We're the first organized militia to oppose Adiran rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls bred by the critter out in Dunwood Row. What's this about Dunwood Row? This requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with ciphers? They're mostly Orleans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but just you can't trust them. Hostilities in their nature, they've learned to hide it over the years. All I'm saying is that they should at least be supervised by the Pope. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? You're wrong. I'm just speaking the truth. Nowadays, it seems the biggest crime of all. That's all. Uh, what are you? Tell me about the knights. He thinks himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with soul lineages and connection to the dearest heroes of old. Other than Dunwood Rowe, who really knows any of that, though. Both live in a past of their own imagining. What purpose does it serve when so much depends on action now? What do you do here? Okay. Looking for anything? How does one become a knight? We don't teach this when our members share soul legacies with the very men and women who defended this land a century and a half ago. Anyhow, Commander Kleiber is responsible for initiation, but he rarely accepts foreigners. Does the name Osric sound familiar? If you've got any self-respect, you won't associate with him or with any of his new friends on the Expedition Hall, for that matter. Scamps and delinquents, a lot of them. What's the story between you two? Osric has always been some controversial opinions, but they went overlooked for the longest time because his family has such an extensive history of service in the Crystal Knights. He finally went too far. He had the gall to suggest that we had strayed too far from our roots, that some of the officers were beginning to resemble a dear nobility. He would have us all wear rough spun and fight with four chambers. I merely reported his statements. The history made the knights what they are. You can't just cast it aside. We've outgrown the past. Sometimes you need to move on. Is that breastplate you're wearing? Is it his? It was. It became property of the Crucible Knights when he was discharged. Now it's mine. And it's not for sale, if that's what you're wondering. Not every day you find armor that was used in rebellion. He said your affidavit is a forgery. It's just what he would know about that. It's perfectly convenient for him to cast aspersions with his pedigree in the night, with his pedigree in the Knights. It's a lie, of course. Rogue Knight. Find Penhill's affidavit at Crucible Keep. How am I going to find that? Oh, isn't that handy? You just come in here just in the time. All right, hold on a minute. Bring Pinhell to affidavit to Curran. Isla. If this is about patrols, my novitiates are already stretched their limit. Between the refugee influx and the mess at Heritage Hall, I simply don't have any means to spare. Your units to spare. I'm sorry, is there something else you like? What do you do here? I'm in charge that keeps motivation. No, I'm in charge that keeps novitiates. Why is that a tongue twister for me? Novitiates. I'm responsible for the training and patrol assignments. They're good soldiers. They've been quick to adapt to new challenges. That really bothers me. I'm very good with vocabulary. Novitiates. There's something else I must attend to my duties. Is there something wrong with Heritage Hill? What is wrong is a real question. A whole district of walking, flesh-eating corpses sealed the area 2 months ago, just after I lost one of my finer commanders there. Yet there's a second guard rotation to disappear. There are already enough rumors about the place floating around the keep without my soldiers whispering about these disappearances. It's just as soon abandoned to the district, but if these monsters try to find a way out, tell me about Heritage Hill. It used to be one of the most prestigious districts in Defiance Bay. A few months ago, the residents all went mad, started eating each other. Anything else that had the bad luck to wander to the district. I've never seen anything like it. Now every novitiate that stands guard there, every one that comes back anyway, talks to the stench of the grave and the groans of unspeakable horrors. That's why. And how are the questions for the animancers? A sealed district in hopes containing whatever happened there seem to be working for now. I could look into it. After what I just told you, want to go to Heritage Hill? I've lost trade soldiers there. What should I let anyone in? It just seems like you could use help. That's if you're so eager to rush your death, and I won't stop you. And if you're someone able to put a stop to this, well, you got my permission to enter Heritage. You've got my permission to enter Heritage Hill. I'll send the word to the guards at the gate. This is the statue of Abaddon. Tell me about the Knights of the Crucible. Now we're responsible for patrolling the city and keeping the peace. With so many refugees pouring in from the countryside, that's become more important now than ever. Unfortunately, that's turned us enemies, particularly among the dozens and some of the more enterprising families of Defiance Bay. What do the dozens have against you? They're demagogues and troublemakers. They forget that Defiance Bay is one of the largest cities in the world and not some frontier outpost. Most of them are mercenaries, and on a good day, it's street thugs the rest of the time. Needless to say, they have no patience for law and order. Tell me about these enterprising families. House Demonel, namely, they're one of the city's oldest noble families and its largest criminal organization. Their patriarch, Gedmar, has been trying to take advantage of the turmoil to expand his operation. We kept on top of that, and he hasn't been too happy about it. I see. Was there something else? You're in charge of Crucible Knights? You're in Defiance Bay, anyhow. The High Justice is the leader of our order, but he's currently stationed at Fleetbreaker Castle. My job is to oversee our forces at Defiance Bay and to keep order for the Duke. Why don't you have enough soldiers? Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an animacy scholar to build what's calling Forge Knights. Words to control our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitated threads are rocking and we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed armor, but he needs the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around for the last few times my novices have checked. Viana lives when the rest of the scribers out in Copperlane, but I haven't had the soldiers spared at the moment. Go to the scriber's dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get research, just bring it to Dunstan. This is his area of expertise anyway. Animancy is tolerated in most parts of the Republic, but some billions for the community to find space for the research. I hope that he has been forced out of the city or worse. Once you brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have need. He forced repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. All right, let's see what's first. Uh, bring him to update to Curran. Who's Curran? Who's Curran? Is he in Copper Lane also then? Let's go see if he's in Expedition Hall. Oh, we're getting there. Something's amiss. Your skin's still green. You lost your ducks. I'm looking for Diana. I like Diana. She's always walked about metal men, which is strange since I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat snowcap. I don't talk about metal men either, and I don't eat snowcap. Huh. Anyway, she's not here right now. Flew away to Andra's gift to meet her friend Bessia. No, Klesia. Yes, Klesia. Klesia is the friend she's got to meet. And Andra's gift in a house, not a boat. North house, empty house. Andra's gift has a lot of boats. We should go rowing sometime. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Huh? All right, we're gonna take a 5 minute break or so. I'm gonna stretch around, do all that stuff. You know how it goes.